New Year's Eve 2006, the Death & Company bar opens in Manhattan, New York. And since then, this bar has become one of the most well-respected cocktail bars in the whole country, and definitely in New York. So today, I want to show you guys what they call their ideal old-fashioned. So, I cannot recommend enough that you pick up a copy of this book. It is hands down the best written cocktail book I've ever seen. There's so much great information that's actually easy to find and easy to use. This particular drink calls for their house-made Demerara gum syrup, and you know what? Since it's a proprietary recipe, if you guys really want to make it, show these guys some support by buying their book. I don't want to give the recipe away here. They won't get anything out of it if I do, and even though I don't get any kind of kickback from their book sales, it's still something that I want to promote just because I like it. Does that make sense? Anyway, all that aside, this one is pretty easy to put together, so let's do it. You'll need Elijah Craig small batch bourbon, Angostura and Bitter Truth aromatic bitters, and of course, Demerara gum syrup or rich simple syrup in a pinch. We're going to build this in a double old-fashioned glass. Starting with the bitters, we want 2 dashes of Angostura and 1 dash of Bitter Truth, which didn't want to dash properly for some reason. Then 2 ounces of bourbon and 2 bar spoons of gum syrup. That's 1 teaspoon in total. Now, I cut a nice clear rock of ice ahead of time so that it would just fit into this glass without leaving too much room. And it looks like I might have been a little bit too ambitious about that. Now we stir to combine the syrup, add some dilution, and chill everything down nicely. You can see the level of the cocktail rise significantly after stirring due to the dilution added by the ice cube. Finally, we need a lemon and an orange twist to complete the cocktail. After trimming the citrus peels, I'm going to squeeze the orange over the top of the glass and then wipe it around the rim. Then I'll squeeze the lemon over the top, but not wipe it on the sides, as per the book's instructions. Give them both a twist so they look all fancy, and drop them into the drink. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the best old-fashioned I've ever had, but it's certainly the best looking. Alright, best part of the video. Time to give this thing a try. Before I do, I should mention I've never tried this recipe. Obviously, I've had Elijah Craig before, I've had Demerara gum syrup, I've had Angostura and Bitter Truth aromatic bitters. Like, I've had all of these flavors, but I've never had them combined in this cocktail. So, this is a first for me. Let's see how it goes. That's nice. Okay, so what I'm noticing right off the bat is this really strong bourbon flavor and maltiness that I love. It's something that is really pronounced for me in Wild Turkey 101. This combination, though, is bringing it out really loud and clear from the Elijah Craig. And what's interesting about that is that I never really noticed that as a dominant flavor profile. It's sort of that musty bourbon thing, you know. But then on top of that, you don't really notice the orange and lemon that much on the palate until 10-15 seconds after you've swallowed. Then it sort of starts coming back up and you really taste it and it gets fruity. So it starts out malty, ends up really fruity. And there's some significant bitterness going on here. Obviously not like a Negroni or something, but this Bitter Truth honestly almost makes Angostura taste sweet. It's so much more bitter and pungent. So maybe it's a good thing that it doesn't dash nearly as heavily. Would I make this again? I don't know if I'd make it for myself. It's good, like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but a lot of times when I want an old-fashioned, I want something a little bit more fruity. And so even though I said it starts malty, it ends fruity, that fruit is like that big. And I like something a little bit less grown-up tasting, to be honest, and this is very much grown up. If I wanted to introduce somebody like a hardcore red wine drinker to the category of bourbon old fashions, this would be a great way to go. It's freaking good. If you liked the video, hit that button. If you disliked the video, hit the other button and let me know why in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. My name is Luke. This has been the Homemade Edition, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.